It was a 3-3 game going into the half. Everything you could possibly ask for with Oklahoma winning Bedlam, meaning winner of this game, regardless, Texas or Baylor, going to the Fiesta Bowl. And you saw the energy early on. Baylor opens up, they get it into the red zone. Defense making the stop. Adrian Phillips coming up. They hit Bryce Petty and they settle for the field goal.
It's a nice drive by Baylor to open up the game.
And I was a little shocked that he kicked the field goal. You know, that's one thing about our Browns. You figured he would have gone for it down there.
3rd and 8 for Texas. Case McCoy looking, Mike Davis incomplete.
And I think Coach Brown was telling him here, just set your feet, big fella, and take what the defense is giving you. Don't try to do too much. Stay within the offense and within yourself.
Anthony Farah trying to set the all-time record for most consecutive made field goals, breaking a record he had tied with Phil Dawson. That is blocked, and that is a big boy.
I was about to say, big man.
Goodness gracious. This is why, though, you didn't quite understand going for the field goal early on.
Yeah, well, it was 4th and 2 on the 2-yard line, and then you're backed up, and it's 4th and 7, and you do the fake punt. Yeah, I thought that was a bad call.
Capitalize on the momentum. Right after that, they go 4 and out, incomplete on 4th and 4.
That's a good example of Case being a little bit shaky early in the first quarter. We saw that one he missed to Mike Davis, and then we saw that one he threw into the ground.
And you know what? They had the opportunities because the Baylor special teams, we saw the botched attempt for the fake. That was no good. Field goal attempt, no good. So it's still at 3-zip. This hurts. Joe Bergeron going down, holding his leg. Joe Bergeron would not return to the game.
Yeah, we saw him on the sideline, warming up, and he looked good, but I guess not good enough to get back in the game.
Another field goal opportunity for Aaron Jones, one of the best in Baylor history. No good. 3-0. Malcolm Brown, okay. Now we're getting going. Ricky Williams, what did you see from Malcolm Brown in the first half?
Well, he was running possessed.
Yeah.
Moving bodies.
He literally put the team on his back and he was running. And it didn't matter who was coming up to hit him, he was making them pay for it. And if Texas could have kept this going on the whole game, I think it would have been a different result. But just when you run like this, it not only gets yards, but it gets your team up, it gets the defense up, and it really lifts everyone up.
118 rushing yards in the first half.
And it seemed like that first half, the line got some good push. The second half, it seemed like to me that Baylor defensive line was really getting after Texas.
And you just saw that stat, 118 yards in the first half. If Texas would have done a better job and converted more than just one third down,
literally,
that yardage would have been much more.
Look at these third down conversions as Baylor opens up the second half, tied up at 3, and this was the theme. Antoine Goodley working on Duke Thomas. 3rd and long once again. Another completion to Goodley.
Well, when I said, make sure you force them into 3rd and long situations, I should have said stop them in 3rd and long situations because they did just that. They forced them into situations where they were uncomfortable, but either Baylor made a great play like this or Texas just didn't make the play when their number was called.
And you said it. Baylor receivers were making good catches. They were making tough catches that the Texas receivers weren't making today.
It literally looked like the cold was still bothering Texas, like they were looking around for something, and Baylor was just fine playing their game. This was one of the momentum changers, though. Texas gets back in this game because Jackson Shipley works it into the red zone. The first time they had been in the red zone, 3rd and 10, nothing.
Yeah, you got to give the receiver a shot to make a play there. You can't be throwing the ball out of bounds. You got Marcus Johnson over there. Just give him a shot to make a catch.
Okay, so you get 3, but wait, we got a flag on the play. Personal foul.
It's good fortune there.
Yeah, take off the 3, go for 7, and somehow, some way, Case McCoy gets 7 to Malcolm Brown.
That's a great play. Not exactly
the way they. Is he doing that?
Not exactly the way they draw it up.
Is it though?
But I tell you what, Case McCoy, he's done this a million times. He's as good as anybody with doing it.
And a heads-up play by Malcolm Brown. He was laying on the ground after a good cut block to keep the play alive, and then he gets up and finds an open spot in the end zone to catch the ball.
Oh, man, this was the play where it really looked like you pounce on this football, keep it in bounds. Texas is going to pull off another one of these comeback wins.
Yeah, they want this one back for sure because the momentum right there would have been on Texas' side. Unfortunately, they couldn't keep it in.
So 6 minutes left. Still the Texas defense. You had those first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter. You had Greg Robinson and his gang. They come back. They get the ball for Texas. 4.5 minutes left. The screen a little long. And this one is going the other way. KJ Morton had a couple of picks. Keep in mind, KJ Morton in 2011 was the first player to ever pick off a pass from Case McCord. Baylor looks like they're going to cash in.
That's a backbreaker there.
And that does it. And the celebration ensues for the folks that call Floyd Casey home. Baylor wins 30-10 for the first time in program history. They are the Big 12 champs. And for the first time in program history, they are BCS bound on the way to the Fiesta Bowl. Bryce Petty, 21 of 37, 287 yards and 2 touchdowns. Malcolm Brown, the standout for the Texas offense. And that's no joke right there. 25 carries, 131 yards, also had a receiving touchdown, leading receiver for Texas. It's his 4th 100-yard rushing game this season, and that makes Malcolm Brown the first Texas running back since Jamal Charles in 2007 to have 4 100-yard performances in a single season.